All right, all right, all right. Are we ready to get this party started? It's Sunday night again. You're live in the Dividend Dive. I'm Russ of the one, the only, the aforementioned Dapper Dividends YouTube channel, podcast, live stream, notoriety. I think we're streaming to Instagram too, and to the fine folks over there on Twitter as we roll up the sleeves and get ready to get going. So, how's it been, all? Very interesting week, right? Man, there's been a crazy week. If there's ever been a busy week, I mean, unfortunately, we had a CEO, our first one on the channel. Another CEO, unfortunately, lost their lives. And what a strange time we live in where there's been a lot of almost celebration, right, from it. And I'm going live on. Oh, look at this. I can't go live on Twitter, too, because I need to have a premium account. Yeah, so when I did my interview with Joey, I went to oh, it still says Agree Realty up there. You see how we get, discombobulated with things. For those of you that get the newsletter, I just realized when I went to set up for the live stream that I used last week's title, like the newsletter title. So I was like, oh no, but hey, it kind of worked too, because it could still be a stock I wouldn't buy. So for those of you that were confused, don't worry, you're not alone in the dark. So yeah, I'm a little bit getting over from being under the weather here. Tell me I'm still streaming. I didn't shut myself off. Oh, thank God. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just trying this out because when you pay for the premium version of StreamYard, you can put this logos up there. Let's see if I can change that to, there we go. Like do stuff like that, and you can stream to multiple platforms and destinations. And the last time I had paid for this, we streamed to Twitter, and I tried it now, and it said I had to have a premium Twitter account. So Elon, big old Papa Elon wants some more money. And I am also getting over being sick. It's kind of funny. Last week was Thanksgiving. I spent the whole Thursday and then the weekend with my family, my close family, not the ones I live with, but my brother-in-law and his family. They were all sick, and I was around them for 2 days. Tried to keep my distance, wash hands, all that. And my wife and kids got sick first. And then it's funny because Monday morning when I had the interview set up, my wife was sick, started getting sick Sunday night, right? So Monday morning I wake up and we're sleeping. I'm facing her, she's facing me. I just feel breath like on my for probably hours. I was just breathing in her sick breath. And yes, sick, inside, outside, that's debatable, but I fought it off as long as I could. But Tuesday night, it hit me hard. And so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah. Anyway, we want to talk investing, dividends, and stuff. So that's why I may sound a little congested. God bless Dayquil and Afrin. Hey, it gets us through, and we're able to do that. So I want to see what you guys are saying before we just talk about whatever you want to talk. You want to talk about stocks. There's a lot of news going on with Simply Safe. If you're just joining for the first time, I like to, Steve will call me out. Simply Safe Dividends platform, I think, is really slick and nice and well worth the money. I guess if you, maybe managing $10,000 or more and you focus on dividend income, it's worth it, I think. But yeah. So let's see who's here. We got the usual suspects. Lisa, what's up? Michael, Swami G, Eddie, John, Jim. What's up, Jim? Too bad you couldn't stick around last time, but I understand. I get it, man. Pat, and all you guys, you're here. Kevin, thank you. Nice to see you. The welding bromance activate. I will take a sip of this tea if it's not too hot. Ooh, that's just right. Yeah, I know. I'm a tea guy. I'm not a coffee guy. I don't know. Kevin, thank you. Yeah, if you're tuning in, this is all shout out to the dividend collector, Travis. His new friend of mine. We may actually be starting a little side thing where we talk once a week, just real loosey-goosey. I don't know if it'll be live. I wouldn't mind it live, but we'll just talk about the market and things that are going on. So yeah, he's got a lot more connections and he got me, excuse me, set up with Joey Agree. So Yeah, Nick's no, I wish I had a quicker dump button when I'm gonna cough. I can mute it. But yeah, no ADC sponsorship. It was just Joey was kind enough. Travis introduced him. Travis introduced me to Joey and said, "Hey, he'd love to interview you and talk to you. So if you're up for it." And Joey was sure enough. He's like, "Yeah, for sure, sounds good. Shoot me a time." So we did that. Oh, you're right, man. I did say Twitter, didn't I? I guess some old habits die hard. It is X. So you want to talk about RFK and DJT coming after Big Pharma? Yeah, they could. I did see a little news blurb tonight about RFK with vaccines and childhood. I mean, I thought we were over that, but I guess not with the. I don't know. Again, I just read the blurb, so I haven't even read into it. But yeah, I think a lot of the market is reacting, and you know why? It's simple. The market doesn't like uncertainty. So whenever there's uncertainty, that's why things don't work so well. But yeah, well, put it this way, because then I just thought, like, well, no, you can option trading when there's volatility, people make money, but by and large, yeah, there's always someone somewhere in the stock market making money, right? Jesse Livermore during the Great Depression made, I don't know, was it a couple $1 billion of, if we inflation adjust that because he shorted the market. So he did well. So there's always somebody making money somewhere in every market condition. But yeah, that's why I think a lot of the pharmaceutical companies, they're not certain. We don't know what's going to happen. And you want clarity. And that's why, right, when Donald DJT would call him, I don't know, when it looked like it was certain he was going to win on election night, we had certainty. People know what to expect or think they know what to expect. Kevin's having Palantir FOMO. I almost did, man. I know I sent out I don't know what to call a Blossom. By the way, I'm on Blossom, link down below. My wife, oh, by the way, my daughter, I came down. He's not going to start on fire, but I decided to wear my average Joe's sweatshirt, and she was calling me Banana Man. And then I get down here, I'm like, oh, she put this little Banana Man guy behind me. So, and then of course I tell them, I'm like, why don't you come on the channel and talk about it? And they won't do it. So, but Kevin, as far as Palantir FOMO, yeah, they've been going nuts. When I talked with Haley Eich, the lovely young lady from England, she was all about Tesla and Palantir, and you got to buy Tesla, you got to buy Palantir. And I looked into Palantir when it was what, 10, 11, $12. And I said, I don't know. I don't understand what they do. There's some other people that are more in that area that I read, and they said they had a hard time getting a grasp on exactly what it is that Palantir does. I think I heard somebody describe them as they could potentially be like the Lockheed Martin of cybersecurity for the government, but I don't know. I just don't know that much about it. So I stayed out. I took Buffett's advice, not in my circle of competence. And of course, it's gone to the moon, just like Bitcoin has. Let's see. With REITs, your betting interest rates are heading lower, and that is iffy right now. Yeah, someday they will, though. And I just finished reading, and I know I put it in the newsletter, Get Rich with Dividends from Mark Lichtenfeld, the 3rd edition, which I liked. And he has the point that if you are buying for income and trying to grow that income and you're reinvesting, you have the DRIP, the dividend reinvestment plan turn on, you're dripping your dividends into more shares of that stock. The best thing you can hope for is a flat or slowly declining share price as long as the dividends are still growing, because then you're going to be able to buy more shares and more shares. And it snowballs into so many more shares than if the stock price is slowly going up, because then you're reinvesting into fewer shares. So, yeah, someday they'll go down. It can happen, or it's going to happen. We don't know when or how long, but I'm playing it for the long tongue-tied. I'm playing the long game here, and oh, that's so nice. My God, I never use Afrin. Like I said, my whole family's been sick, and I heard them, they bought Afrin, and dude, my I was so like swollen and stuffed up. I'm like, but I'm gonna go live. I don't I don't want to be talking like this to everybody. Like I guess it's like Harry Carey, you talk like that. So I didn't want to talk like that. So I shot the Afrin. I felt a little bit like a drug addict. And oh my God, all of a sudden it was just like, was it steroids or something? Just shout outs, whoever makes Afrin. Somebody can look that up. Who makes Afrin? It was just, I can breathe. But they say you can't do it too much because you'll get, you'll get, I don't know what you'll get. But yeah, Steve. All right. Well, nice to know I'm not alone in my cold. I'm over it mostly. It's just the head and the sinuses. But oh, shout out if anyone's watching on Instagram. Say something in the chat. Put a goofy emoji. I don't know. Yeah, Kevin's. Dude, you were. I could still hear it in your last live stream, man. You were your third round of. Thank God I haven't gone that far. I did a little bit of my own, Clark and Sheffield antibiotics, which is it's a whiskey around here. It's a local Chicago. It's a local Chicago whiskey that because the Cubs they play up there in Wrigleyville. They're on North. They're north of North Avenue. They don't play on North Avenue. They play on Clark and Addison. And then you also have Sheffield and Waveland. It's kind of the four streets right there that box in Wrigley Field up there. You got a lot. You got the Cubby Bear where they got games upstairs, all kinds. You got Sluggers right across the street. You got Dueling Pianos and Saturday Night. Frank, it's going good. I'm sure you, yeah. Yeah, thank God, right? Thank God you guys can't catch it through the TV. And John, that's funny, man. I saw a stat that I think that YouTube is the #1 watched platform on TVs now because there's so many people that watch YouTube on their TVs. So yeah, I could be mixing that stat up, but they're up there. They're up there. Bernard, what's up, man? Always glad to see you, my friend. Yeah, I think I saw you comment about selling off weaker holdings and putting into your favorite monthly REIT to invest into more long-term stocks. Oh, and you sold off your favorite monthly REIT. Hey, you know what? You live and learn. If it was not the right move, then if you learn something from it, good. But yeah, I'm going to be doing the same too. And believe me, I'm struggling a little bit with it. And I know we're not supposed to interrupt the compounding process, but that's the rate I'm beating because as you guys, if you're just tuning in November, we bought or is it October now? Man, time flies. Yeah, because we went to Frankenmuth before Halloween. So I think it's been almost 2 months now. We got this 2021 Volkswagen Atlas and we 31K we're into it for. So we 7.69% interest. I think it's a 3-year loan we got it for. So yeah, I don't like having auto loans. So I've been mulling over selling J&J and PepsiCo because I also want some stocks that have a little bit better total return potential than those do and maybe grow the dividend a little bit faster. So I'm looking at selling those and then every 2 weeks until that's all paid back, everything we took out, putting it back in. So Alan, thinking about HLT. How long are we on? 13 minutes. So yeah, we'll peep. We'll peep. Good old HL. I don't know HLT. Let me take that one down in my notepad. By the way, I did cut my hair all by myself. All by myself. Remember that Green Day song Off Dookie? But yeah, I take care of it myself. It's not the best, but hey, you get a lot of leeway when you shave the sides and you slick it back. And I think I've told you guys the story that I came across an old family picture. If you keep in mind, if you remember, my grandparents raised me. My grandpa had been born in 1914. My grandma was 1919. So I saw a family picture of my grandfather and his siblings from the 1930s when they were all, young men. They were in their 20s. And a couple of them had this haircut. They had the the sides shaved. They had the sides shaved and the top slicked back. And I don't know. I guess I brought it back. Maybe it didn't need to be brought back, but here's the thing for all those of you that are seeking financial independence. It's a hairstyle I can maintain by myself, and I take care of it and save some money. I tell my kids we keep the overhead low and pass the savings on to you. Yes, I stole that from Lester Corp. Put in the comments if you remember Lester Corp, where they keep the overhead low and pass the savings on to you. There's a blossom post a bloom. Oh, that's a good one. My kids say they don't get it. I was wearing my blossom sweatshirt, and my kids say it doesn't sound very manly. It sounds like it's for girls or something. I was like, yeah, you got a point, but I didn't name it. I don't know why they call it blossom. I don't know. Should have been like, something, I don't know, Viking-ish or something, right? Because it's mostly men. I, I don't know why it's always that way, but Lisa, if you're still in here, there you are. Lisa's still in here. It's mostly men in the investing community, and that's why I've said to you, Lisa, it's so great that you have a platform and you have an opportunity, because not only are there's less women in the investing space, but especially Black women. So we a criminally underrepresented uh, area, and you got a platform, you got a microphone, so do well with it. Yeah, more about Palantir and Tesla. The PE is insane. But if they're going to grow into it, we'll see. That's what people are paying up for. They have bright futures, where Walgreens, Intel, on the other hand, low PEs. Why? Businesses don't look so good. Future looks murky. But with a Palantir and a Tesla, future looks bright and like they're going to be around for a while. Dude, that's awesome to hear. Yeah, I may be a little sore about not getting in on Palantir, but I love hearing when you all make money. I really do. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit faster here because I'm pulling a Kevin here and getting to. I can't respond, 5 minutes to every comment, even though I'd love to. Believe me, my heart's in the right place. Bayer owns Afrin. Well, thanks for Afrin. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Coach Lovelace. I think I can tell everyone you're a Canadian. We've talked on Blossom, yeah. Man, I love tea. Mm-mm. Yeah, I need a dodgeball too. We could. By the way, this was made by my sister-in-law. Man, last Halloween. It's already been 2 years. 2 Halloweens ago, that's what the adults wore. We were all, and somebody carried around a dodgeball while we took the kids trick or treating, which was I think that was the last time. Yeah, because this year the kids didn't want us to go, so we went to a microbrewery called Goldfinger in Downers Grove, right by here. And yeah, that's what the adults did. We all had a beer. The kids went trick or treating. Apparently, there's some people don't think that they should, because our kids were two juniors, a sophomore, and a freshman, but they dressed up, so they're getting Rento Kill. I don't know Rento Kill either. I'll put them on the list. We'll buzz through a couple with these when we get to the news. We'll just give you my thought. We'll see what they're going to say. Thank you, Billy, for the pizza. Is that Papa John's pizza? No, we've talked about them. Yeah, Rick, I think some people comment using their remote, right? They use the voice to text. Yeah, dude, you're probably right. I'll tell you this right now. There's some secret ingredient that PepsiCo's been using, and the day after I completely liquidate the position, they're gonna have found out that whatever this ingredient is, that it cures cancer and it regenerates limbs, right? And it causes people to lose weight. And then all of a sudden it's going to shoot off to like $500 a share. So you watch, mark my words, but that's usually what happens. Yeah, Alan, that's cool. You bought a quarter share of Costco and plan to buy a quarter more this week. I assume that's, 0.25. Hey, some people got that kind of cash to throw around and buy 25 shares, but That's one I wish I would have bought. Unfortunately, I didn't because, hey, at least you're getting in. You're getting some skin in the game. You're still participating in the percentage gains, right? Man, I just wish it would come down. But all right, hey, I think we got. Oh my God, tequila. No, I'm not a fan of tequila. I don't know. It just never agreed with me. Kind of like I guess tequila and cannabis. I mean, I'll have a margarita and whatnot, but yeah, when people do shots of it, I never liked tequila and just the taste, and cannabis never agreed with me either. Yeah, good question, man. Yeah, everybody throw in there what you bought. I'm gonna go over to do, what are we at? 20 minutes? Let's do the news. We'll do the news, and then I don't remember who asked it, but Alan, I think maybe. We'll look at HLT and Rent a Kill. Rent a Kill. All right, let's see here. Yeah, there's a lot of news, so we're gonna have to like literally zippity on doo-dah quick through this. I think we're starting on December 2nd. Yeah, so FNF, Five Nights at Freddy's, Fidelity National's diversity. We're gonna read. Let's go quicker. For those of you watching, you can pause the video if you want to read any of this. See the valuation, the little blurb that's there, because we want to go quick. So they upgraded the dividend safety score for Fidelity National. Western Union, which I still think is, I wouldn't buy it, but they downgraded their dividend again. Western Union, probably a dying business. I think they own Yellow Pages still, right? They got a dividend downgrade. Made this too big. What do we got? Aflac. There it is, Aflac. The duck. I'm not going to do it. It's too annoying. Everybody does the duck. Is that Gilbert Gottfried? Wasn't he the one that did the duck? 16% dividend raise, which is their 42nd consecutive annual increase, and they grow that dividend very quickly. So shout out to all of these. There it is, Pat. If you're watching, Pat with the Enbridge hat. I saw your newsletter, responded to it, or you responded to my newsletter, and I responded to you. Enbridge raised that dividend 3%. So there's Enbridge. They refreshed their outlook on Universal. DTE, where are they? They are a Michigan utility, raised that dividend 6.9%. Way to go, DTE. Like an elf. Remember, I must tell my kids that they have the world's best coffee. You did it. Congratulations, dear. You raised your dividend 10%. I'm so proud of you. That's their 5th consecutive annual raise. And they look, wow, overvalued. Price of $444. Yeah, I remember when they were in the mid 200s. So anyway, congratulations, Dell. Royal Bank, here we go. We got a slew of Canadian banks. A Royal Bank, ticker RY, raised their dividend 4.2%. They look overvalued. HealthPeak got a dividend upgrade. It's a healthcare REIT. And Disney raised that dividend 11%, but it is still well below. Here, I'll show you. Show me, don't tell me. Shout out if you like Rush. Show me, don't tell me. They are still way below. They were, what, at $1.75 a year before COVID hit, and now they are at $1 a year. So they've got, that's not right. That must be quarterly. That's got to be quarterly. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Disney still well below where they were. Franklin, ticker BEN, raised that dividend 3.2%. One of Charlie Munger's favorite quotes, an empty stack can't stand up by itself. An empty stack? No, empty sack. I think that's how it goes. He was fond of that saying. Means you got to have character. You got to have something inside. You can't just be an empty suit or an empty average Joe's hoodie. They raised that dividend 3.2%. I told you, we're getting there. All right. Bank of Montreal, 2.6% dividend raise, ticker BMO. TD, who we sold out of, they've been falling like a stone. They closed at $51.96. When I sold them, the day the news broke about their fine and being capped in the United States, I didn't like it. I think they're going to be flat for a long time till there's some clarity, but they still raise their dividends, so there you go. But they have a 5.76% yield now. And actually, if this gets a lot lower, if this goes into the mid 40s, I could see myself starting a position again, because I don't think that they're going anywhere. They're not going to go out of business, but the growth is going to be limited. But again, it'll get to a point where if they're in the mid 40s, I don't know, that yield would probably be what, north of 7%. A lot of people are going to come in and buy it, and that'll probably help stabilize the price. So TD, there you go. We've talked about them before. Dividend upgrade for Mace Rich, ticker MAC. I'd never heard of them. So if you have and you own them, congratulations. And another Canadian bank, ticker CM. Is it? Yeah, CIBC. Raised that dividend 7.8%. Couple more. We're getting there. Eastman, I think this used to be Eastman Kodak, right? Or they were affiliated or spun out. 2.5% dividend raise. I told you there was a lot this week, man. Just galore dividends. Ecolab raised their dividend 14%. And I can't see you guys in the chat, so I will get to you. What is this? Wisconsin Electric Company, WEC, or something like that? They raised their dividend 6.9%, or their payout. Refresh an outlook on Dow. I know we're getting there. We have to take a break, take a nap. Baxter, ticker BAX, healthcare equipment company, got a dividend upgrade. And I think this is the last one. Carrier, which was spun out of Raytheon, right? RTX. Did I remember that right? Otis and Carrier were spun out by themselves. But 18% dividend hike. So there's that. Now we will look at my friends. HLT, I've never heard. We're going to get a live look. Oh, Hilton. Nice. So they have a small dividend yield. Let's see here. Let me get this a little bit resized better. Dividend growth. A lot of cut. That's yucky. If for a dividend growth investor, yeah, this is not what you want to see. It was flat, and then you get 3 raises, cut, no dividend for what, 4 years, 5 years, and then just screams up, and then it gets cut, and then it's flat for 3 years, 2 years, and then it cut twice. Now we're screaming. Yeah, they have no commitment to keeping that dividend. Looks like we've been actually flat for a while. Oh, I see what they did. Yeah. So they cut it to nothing. Okay. They cut it to nothing. And then March of 20. So you see the gap, March of 20, June 2022, they picked it up again. And it's just been 60 cents per share. And they can easily afford that. Free cash flow payout ratio is 9%, stupidly low. But yeah, and you can see it's cyclical, right? So every time their free cash flow starts taking a hit, they cut. So I guess that's something to just be aware of. Things to know before you get in. When their sales growth declines, yeah, time to get out. But sales have been going up since the pandemic. They've been buying back shares. But let's see their debt. Yeah, margins really nice. This shows no net debt. We would need to double check that and verify. Remember, Simply Safe is just a third-party site. And $4.32 of interest coverage. If you don't know ICR right here, interest coverage ratio, this is it tells us how many dollars of operating income does a company have to cover every $1 of interest on the debt. Currently, Hilton has $4.32. A lot of people like to see that over 5 to give some wiggle room. So there's, a couple bad quarters or a bad year. You got earnings that are declining or not coming in. You're going to be able to pay the interest on the debt, because if you can't pay the interest on your debt, it's kind of game over. So you always have to be able to pay the interest on the debt. Here we go. Rental kill. I don't know which one. I guess we'll go RTO. It's another small dividend yield. They grow it fast. Let's see. This is interesting. Don't they do like, aren't they kind of like, let's see. I think I've seen them around. No, I was thinking they're more like an Orkin, but wildlife management, hand sanitizers, soaps. All right. Air purification. So they do in like facilities, sanitizers, hygiene units. They also maintenance of workwear and protective equipment. All right. That's an easy business to understand then. Specialist cleaning services such as graffiti removal, deep cleaning of kitchens and washrooms. You know what, kids? that's not a job you want to be in. It's very necessary. Somebody has to do it. Just don't be one of those people. And if you are, do better. Like, you need to do better than graffiti removal. What do I know? Maybe they make more than me. Yeah, look at this dividend growth. All right. So before pandemic, they cut it and then they kept raising it after. So yeah, spotty dividend growth hit. But you know what? Also, it's in British pounds. So there's probably currency FX fluctuations there, I would guess. Yeah, and that's the lumpy dividends. So they pay it semi-annual. They pay it every twice a year, every May and September. So it can be a little bit lumpy. They may be paying out the same amount in British pounds, but again, with the against the dollar, if it appreciates or declines, then that's some of that lumpiness. But yeah, free cash flow ratio still low, even though it's been climbing. Yeah, I don't see anything too bad with Rento Kill. I mean, so they're international probably then. Hold on, what was that? Yeah, headquartered in Crowley, the United Kingdom. Like Mr. Crowley. Mr. Crowley. Dun, dun, dun. One of my favorite Ozzy songs, by the way. Awesome. Two awesome solos in that song. If you know, you know. Total sales still going up. They don't ever go down. That's really nice. At least going back 10 years. They'll slightly be flat, but then they keep going up. They've done some share dilution. I wonder why. They're at 1.87 billion, now at 2.53 billion. I'd need to know why they diluted shareholders. What did they do that for? Did they buy something? Yeah, margins starting to fall a little on free cash, low net debt. It could be more interest coverage. So, looks okay, but I don't know enough about them. But it would definitely be one to look into. And if you feel confident in them, then hey. All right, you guys been chatting. I love it. That was a long time away, right? And I know I should have two screens or something, but when I go off screen, I can't see you guys in the chat, man. Holy cow. All right, we're going to go through this fast. We left off here with you, DN. You bought Meta in the Roth, Costco in the brokerage. Manel is from Portugal. First time on your live. What's up, man? It's an hour. I stay on for an hour, so we got about 28 more minutes. So thanks for having us along. And yeah, it's an hour. It's my way to chat, get at you, rap at you guys, I mean, I don't know. I was going to say something else there about it's creating content in a way, but it's I don't say easy. It's really enjoyable. Some of my least favorite stuff is the editing, but what's fun about that is getting to the bottom of that. I think the tea bag opened up a little bit because they got a little wasn't expecting that. What's the best stock right now on my radar, John? Well, it's always Visa and Costco. I think those two are just glued to the top, but the valuations are nutty. I can't bring myself to pay that, even though I probably should. Just do it and get it over with. But so you is on there. I'm still chewing that one over, Clear Secure. Few things I'm not that hot on. One, that I thought they were founder led. They're not. They kind of have a co-CEO system. They bought the company. It used to be called VIP, and they bought it, turned it into Clear Secure, and so there's that. They're not technically founder led, and the TSA is potentially competing with them, or going to be competing with them, doing things cheaper. And it's the government, right, running it. The TSA, part of the government, right? I should know that. I know they're trying to branch out into sports stadiums, into Uber, hardware stores like Home Depot, to help with tool rental, verifying identity and that. But I don't know. I'm getting mixed feelings on it, and that's why I buy the shares. I only bought 10 shares because then I pay attention. When they say you pay attention to what you pay for. So that's why I did that. But honestly speaking, I think I said Orkin, right? Yeah, Rollins, ticker ROL. They're at the very top, and I keep waiting for them to go in the low 40s. I don't know why I play these games with myself, but I've been waiting for the low 40s. They dip to 48-ish, 49, and then they go right back over 50. And just as of late, they're below 50. So yeah, those are a couple of them. Pat, you bought SCHD, and NEE, Next Era Energy. Nice. Frank's looking forward to, I don't remember, ABT. That's not Abbott Labs, is it? Yeah, I think it is Abbott Labs and Broadcom. SPGI. What? Boaz, I don't know what that means, but time to nibble a bit. Okay. Rent to kill, is that a mercenary? It sounds like it, man. That's what I was thinking, right? Like rent to kill. Hey, that they say that guy might have been a hitman, you know. The unfortunate shooting in New York. Yeah, Kevin doesn't need to do it tomorrow. You can still do it, man. Come on. Cuz I know we have different viewers, so I'll go through it quick, but now how did you do that, John? You caught Kevin on tape. Oh my god. All right. I'm going to go faster because I see in my chat I'm way behind. So I might pull a Ryan here where he'll throw a few interesting ones on. Jim, you bought J&J, Tyson, USB, Verizon, Vici. I did buy 4 more shares of Vici. If you get the newsletter, you saw. And again, I apologize. I can't believe I did that. I left last week. So a little bit of inside baseball behind the scenes where I do the newsletter. Just to keep the setup kind of the same, you'll see other newsletters that do this. You can hit duplicate last newsletter, or pick any newsletter and hit duplicate. So I usually change the title last. But dude, it's that time of year again. Looks like Father Christmas threw up in my house. We were putting up these Govey lights on the outside. My wife was opening them up. The kids are like, hey, let's start doing more decorating and stuff. And I'm like, I got to get this newsletter out. So you miss things, it happens. But I missed it. I don't know. We're doing decorations and things like that. We got a tree yesterday. I was going to say something else, but Vici, I think. Oh, the newsletter. Yeah, if you sign up for the newsletter, you see what I got, and there's that down there. TD heading back down again. I will probably be buying in the 40s with you too, because I mean, for that business, and at least we understand, right? I think I sold it at 50, a shade under 59, and that was a break even with my dividends received. But if it gets into the 40s and you have a dividend yield of like 6.5%, that's fantastic. But we understand that it's going to probably be mired there for a few years. Long term, this will probably look like a blip, but. And then also, I know I'm going against what I usually say because I quoted Charlie Munger and saying how they have trouble understanding the workings of the modern banks and everything they do and every way that they make money. But I think it's still a good bet. That might be one that I'll make an exception and say, hey, I don't fully understand every aspect and facet of this business, but they're not going anywhere. They're too tied in with the... Michael, I didn't see if they're still semi-annual with their dividends with them. Oh, and as for Vici, my guy Travis, the dividend collector that you or collectia, if you listen to the Seeking Alpha, the AI voice, read the articles. Yeah, he knows. He also has an in with Ed Petoniak, the CEO from Vici. So. I'm game, man. I'm game. He's my Navy brethren. He did the career thing. He retired a chief. I was just the E4, a petty officer, 3rd class, which still nothing to, shake a stick at. All right, here we go. Sorry, I know. You see what you guys do to me. I want to be Mr. Nice Guy and respond to everybody, but you said oopie. John can see Russia from his door. Oh, I know who said that. That was Sarah Palin, right? I remember her. I hear my cat in the background. Let's see. Oh, I thought you said snow. Oh my God, dude, you made me freak. I thought you meant it was snowy on my live stream. I say no. All right, Kevin. Yeah, that's interesting. He likes ICR to be 8 or jig her. So you reminded me there. So there's YouTubers, and I might do this. I can't think of the channel offhand, but there are some channels that will purposely mispronounce words. And they do that because they know that people will hear it and they just can't help themselves. They have to comment and say, "You mispronounced, this word like that." I don't know what's one. I'm looking at my camera. It's a Canon, a Canon. I have this Canon camera, and people are like, "No, it's Canon," and they'll spell it phonetically, and all that does is the algorithm sees, hey, people are commenting and they like this. I should show this to more people. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that, but and now I told you I spilled the beans. So now you know. If you ever see somebody intentionally or it sounds intentional, like how do they not know how to pronounce? I don't know, Chicago, right? Chicago. Then you know, and you know when you know. All right, I'm almost there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Don't worry, Greg. I am feeling better. I will self-medicate when we're off with, I have a little whiskey. Is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. I'm in my house. I only have alcohol 3 nights a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and not driving anywhere. So just going to sit and wind down the night with my lovely wife, who will join us on the last live stream of the year, depending on what's going on. Not at night, right? I think I did it on New Year's Eve last year. I think maybe we'll make it a thing. We do it in the afternoon. She'll come on for an hour and, you guys can ask whatever you want, except, no depraved sexual questions or anything like that. We won't answer. At least I won't. Can't answer, speak for her, but all right. Alan, you were Scorpio. I'm just going to call you Scorpio, man. You were looking at HLT getting mix of results. So yeah. And you know what? That's just my opinion. The annual report, management remarks, the direction that they're saying will tell a different story. Like when I bought Harrow Incorporated, if you look at the past numbers, it doesn't look so great. But I listened to what Mark Baum, the CEO, was saying, where the business was going, what they were doing. And I guess I'll say I bought in. It made sense. They had a lot of pharmaceuticals that were coming to market. They were going to be realizing a lot of revenues and hopefully more that didn't show up in the past. So the only way you're going to know that is by the community, what people are saying, and then reading management for yourself and listening to management, listening to the earnings call. What are they talking about? So that's kind of what I did there. And it's worked out. It's worked out so far. But yeah, just looking at the past numbers, right? History doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And it's a good potential indicator of what's likely to happen. But as all things, you have to dig a little bit deeper. Oh, co-CEOs do not buy. Yeah, I put it this way. I guess I don't have the warm and fuzzy like Ryan does. So I understand it a lot better, but the more I look into it, the more I'm not as thrilled with it. And I guess in a way, trying to do like Charlie did, if taking a page out of them. I think, pretty sure it was well, right? Warren called him the abominable no man because he would always say no. But to put them in a nutshell, like what Warren and Charlie would do is they would look for the reasons to say no. They were looking for reasons to say, no, we don't want to buy this. Why don't we want to buy this? Where a lot of times, like when I first started, I was only looking for yes. And then if I saw a red flag or a no, I'd be like, I got like 5 good things here. I'm going to just kind of sweep that, no. So looking for the no and then really digging in, drilling down deep into that no to find out if it does dissuade you from buying. All UNH and other health stocks drop a bit after. They didn't, though. It was up a little bit. If they have special security detail, maybe. And, it's a hell of a thing, man. I feel for people that have had insurance claim denial. I don't know what the solution is. I mean, I know there's good things said about single payer systems. Somebody that like me, that's I don't know, libertarian minded. I just want what works. It's like, I don't, in a way, maybe some people are saying it's an extension of capitalism, and I know a lot of people are holding this shooter up as a hero, but I think of Winston Churchill when he was talking about capitalism, and he said, it's the worst system we know of, except for all the others, right? So it's inherently has some flaws, right? I think it was also Churchill that said something to the effect of, capitalism's whatever fatal flaw is it unequally shares blessings with everyone, where socialism, its fatal flaw is it equally shares like misery with everybody or something like that. So and and then case in point too, right? If you want to knock capitalism for something, it creates a lot. It gives us a lot. You have people now, and it wasn't that long ago in human history when you had people that were starving to death. You now have more human beings on this planet that are dying from overeating, being overfed, as opposed to people living right now that are dying because they can't get enough food to eat. So is it a good problem to have? I don't know. Is Wall-E coming where you have the personal people scooters? Maybe. That may be a prescient movie. Idiocracy and Wall-E, they may be portents of the future, right? All right, let's see. Yeah, Alan, I'd see you on Blossom too. I haven't had anybody say anything from Instagram. I think I'm streaming on Instagram right now, but I don't know. Is anyone watching? I don't know. I clicked it's annoying. It's annoying because I have to start the stream and then click my Instagram tab and go on Instagram and hit go live there. So, they should carry executives. The executives should carry security more often. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of CEOs out there, and I don't know what the solution is, but people will cut. That's what we do as humans. We adapt. We come up with solutions. We'll figure it out. Maybe going to buy some ADC. You know what? I think it's still overviewed. I think Whiskey, I think you said in the comments, and I think you heard Joey wrong, because I told him that I bought when he bought, and he said it was due for a correction. I think he meant correction to the upside. He thought it was way too low and it was due to correct up. So I'd love to buy more in the 60s. And yeah, it's just a little bit too expensive now, I think. But yeah, do what you want, man. Which is also the name of a Good Bad Religion book and song, Do What You Want, by Jim Ruiland, Ruiland. If you like old 80s punk bands and 90s, All right, 10 years ago, KMI's CEO promised to cut the dividend, and then he cut it to zero. Well, then he stood to his word. It has been an awesome investment since then, but many folks will never buy based on the bold-faced lies. Wait, he promised to not cut I think you missed a word there, right, Whiskey? Because you said he promised to cut the dividend, because I'm like, well, that sounds like he was pretty damn open and honest about it. But yeah, that would be funny, like a new CEO or a CEO comes in. You have my solemn promise that I will cut this dividend. I won't take a scalpel to it. I will take not Michael Myers. Oh my gosh. I will take a Texas Chainsaw Massacre to the dividend. Michael Myers would have worked. Nah, it's a butcher knife. Yeah, I don't know. We'll go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Almost caught up to you guys. I love it. What's up, Dennis? Looking for reason to say no to Caleb Williams. All I'll say on that is let's give some of these young rookie players. I'll tie this into investing. I was talking with my friend Harris Elliott, and I said, I was in the shower, had on Chicago radio, sports radio, and a lot of people here are already done with them. They're like, we got to get rid of this guy. But I think it's kind of like investing. People are impatient. They want the payoff now, right now, and they don't want to let things develop. So I think patience is required. So we'll see. Oh, that'll be fun. Join the last stream of the year. I'll take a collection. We can you guys can donate, and we'll buy my wife an outfit to wear in the stream. Now, just wait for her to get a new outfit. She probably wouldn't say no. I keep drinking it up. Ugh. All right, let's see. No, we've looked, but could you look to comment on the future of Hershey and Agree Realty? Well, two different companies. I think Agree Realty is sticking into retail. They're not going to branch out. I tried asking Joey if they'd ever go into like industrial, and he said no. That's their circle of competence is retail. That's where they're going to stay. They're trying to be with great companies that have good futures, good runways. Dude, just look at their investor relations page. Look at their, it's in the video. I put a link to their last investor presentation. Really well done. Really laid out well about the company and where they plan to go and what they're doing. So, and then as far as Hershey, they're going to be okay. My daughter and I were just talking about them because Skinny Pop, they bought Amplify Brands in 2017, I think $1.6 billion. People are probably, how the hell would you just know that off the top of your head? I literally looked it up yesterday morning because my daughter loves Skinny Pop, and I honestly forgot that Hershey owns it. But the bag was on the counter, and I saw it said like the Hershey Company snack, salty snacks or something like that. But I saw the little Hershey Kiss logo, so I said, "Oh yeah." I was like, "So now get this, Hershey's owns this business," and I said, "See." And I told her, and she doesn't care. My 17-year-old, I said, "This is called." For Hershey, non-organic, or is it inorganic? Inorganic growth? Now I don't remember. Non-organic growth, meaning that they bought something that was started and existing outside of Hershey Company, right? So they bought Amplify Brands, which I think is how they also got Pirate Booty, if I'm not mistaken. But those brands were existing outside. Now, organic growth is when a company creates something from inside. They didn't pay money to bring it in. It was generated through research and development. I guess kind of like asexuality, right? So it was within the company, like eggs, right? Snake eggs. I think boa constrictors can asexually reproduce. I know this guy's like, I listen to a lot of things. I read a lot of things. That I'll shout out Scott Galloway on the No Mercy, No Malice newsletter. He gave his thoughts. I shared it with you in the newsletter. The audio version, if you don't like to read, but on his thoughts on the state of the media right now. But without spoiling it, boa constrictors can asexually reproduce. So in a way, I guess that's an asexual reproduction, right? When they have a new, Hershey, like, I don't know, banana peppermint mocha Hershey Kiss, and everybody loves it. That was an organic, that was, it sounded like I said inorganic. Anyway, I don't know how we're so long on this. That's an organic, not acquisition, but it's organic revenue that'll be into the business. So when they buy that, I told her and she couldn't care less. She's like, "Oh yeah, nice. Pass me some more popcorn." I'm like, "Ah, well." Rental Kill's the second largest company in the pest control segment. Which is the first? Is it Rollins? I'd like to know. Inquiring minds want to know. ADP. Be still, I don't have any on ADP, but I will tell you if Simply Safe thinks they're undervalued. I know that's another one that we get our checks. I see the ADP logo, just super solid company. So right now it's 456. They give a valuation of $253 to $309. So it's at the high end of its valuation, but great company. Wish I would have bought way back when. Oh, the sole person watching there. Well, I'm glad you told me that because now I know. And, it was an option. So when I'm setting up the live stream, when you do the free version, which is when you'll see the duck, you'll know I'm back to the unpaid. So I think I have 3 more weeks of that. Yeah, I'm also right, getting a cold sore or something too. You just can't win, man. Just getting over being sick and hey, I'm a human being, right? Proving to you that I am not AI generated and I don't plan on being anytime soon. So, yeah, there's an option that said, would you like to stream to Instagram and, X, I almost said Twitter, and all these other ones. So I just clicked those other ones, but all right. Yeah, not to cut the dividend. You were right. Korean Cardboard, what's going on, man? Nice to see you. Do we think Midstreams will do well in the next 4 to 5 years? I think so. I don't think they're going anywhere. And hey, I think it's cool that the Midstreams are like the, I don't know, the toll bridge, more than the toll bridge, because their infrastructure is used to transport the natural gas, the crude. So the companies pay them to do that. So that's why the price of oil, right? The price of a barrel of oil doesn't affect a company like Enterprise Products Partners or Williams Company. That's just the volume. Hey, as long as companies need to move that crude and that nat G, that natural gas, they're going to get money. So, and KMI too, right? I think Kinder Morgan is in that. Hey, what's up, Dex? Glad you could make it in, man. Congrats on getting him on. Yeah, and again, I really enjoyed talking to him, and yeah, I don't want to bother the guy too much. Now I'm like, oh, I could just pick his brain all day, like all day. Just no, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, again, my guy Travis, the Dividend Collector, you might read him on Seeking Alpha, and he's the one that hooked that up and set that up. So he has my eternal gratitude for that. And we might be, well, not might be, sometime next year. He wants to do a live thing. He wants to maybe start getting into YouTube more. And he saw, does anyone watch Ryan and Ari? I'm still yet to catch one. I was subscriber number 5, called The Deep End, right? Or something like that, where him and Ari talk once a week. He saw that and he's like, yeah, I'd kind of like to do that. So I was like, yeah, I'm game, man. You know, whatever. If we start a new channel or it's a segment on this one, whatever. But yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is football talk. Well, yeah. Is the USS John William Fletcher? I was in the Navy with a guy named Fletcher. He was a petty officer, 2nd class. But is USS John Stennis the one with the railgun from Revenge of the Fallen? I have no idea what that means. What is that, a video game? I don't know. Sold Intel. Yeah. Did you guys listen to the Dividend Talk podcast? I did. Well, I was up on the ladder putting lights up. My family's running around throwing decorations in the yard. Yeah, Intel. Pat Gelsinger out, right? Hey, he said he was going to turn the company around. Cost of what, over like 100 billion, 150 billion in market cap lost. Oops. You know, I guess he had his time and it didn't work out. All right, so oh, and you brought Air Products. Nice. Air Product. That's another one. That's in my industry. Oh, John, a watch list one. Yeah, Lincoln Electric. Lincoln Electric is one that I'm thinking about. I use their products every week. Every time I weld, I use their. I don't use their. We do have a couple of their welders, but mine is a Miller Bobcat, so not a Lincoln. But we do use their rods. I love their 7014 rods. 532nd variety, by the way. All right. Buying Rexford. I like Rexford. Everything I look at looks good with Rexford, but I don't know if people are nervous. The company looks really good. They have a really high dividend safety score. We've talked about them before, but the market doesn't like them at all. And I haven't really dug deep into them, right? Because I don't own them. I mean, I've done a little digging around, but beating around the bush. I think what the market doesn't like is that the tariffs. It could be. It has to be, right? Because Rexford is primarily in Southern California warehouse space, like retail warehouses and things like that, from what I understand. And I think that if the tariffs go through, that it could be potentially bad because that's on the right California, where they're doing one of the largest ports. So, hey, you know, that could be. I don't know. I need to know why. You know what would be a good thing to do? Go to Seeking Alpha. I don't know if they have any free articles for Rexford, but see if you can find any free articles on there, or just sign up. Use my Black Friday link, you know, the thing below, get the 7-day free trial. I don't get any affiliate commission until they charge the person who used my link. So you could play around for 7 days with the premium thing and then set a reminder to cancel so you don't get charged. But yeah, they, my opinion is they look really good. I'd need to know more, and there's probably some writers on Seeking Alpha that have gone deeper, and you can just ask the community over there. Yeah, I don't know why. I do have a text message I got to get back to Ryan on. I don't know why he didn't stream. Yeah, Whiskey Tango, you think midstreams are awesome. Yeah, exactly. Price of oil doesn't affect them. There would be no new pipelines built. Huge moat. Yeah, that would only help them. Good point, man. You're making me feel like buying more MLPX. And after reading, if I were to buy EPD again, which of course they just keep running up and up, but I would buy them in the taxable. So, I may look at when I start reinvesting again to buy a midstream company and hold it in the taxable account. So that's, yeah. All right. Look at the time here. Holy cow. Oh, shoot. Jim, I almost deleted you or blocked you, put you in timeout or something. Don't be impressed. Revenge of the Fallen, USS Kid. Okay. It shows what I know. It's probably some super popular movie and I never heard of it. Yeah, APD is also right? It's not my company, the company I work for, and then the last company too. It's their payroll system. I think they got just a great company. I can't, and as everything's transitioned into less physical checks in your body, like they move right along, Oh, a movie fan, since you've got the average Joe. Yeah, so you might have missed me saying that, William. This was part of a Halloween costume that was part of. I like the movie. I'm a big Vince Vaughn fan, who was in Dodgeball. Also, Ben Stiller, like Ben Stiller. So they anyway, it was a Halloween costume, but this is comfy. I don't wear it that much, so that was good. Anyway, oh, look at this, Nix. Ryan had family over. Hey, that's you guys know I didn't. So, and then I'll end with you, John. Is MLPX a qualified dividend? It is qualified, which is why I am holding it in the taxable or the self-directed IRA. If you guys don't know, the short of it is I was holding Enterprise Products Partners in the Roth and the self-directed IRA. The thing with that is that the MLP dividends or the distribution, part of that is a return of capital, right? So those distributions are already tax advantage. You're not, put it this way, any return of capital, you are not taxed on until you sell. If you buy a share at $20 and over 5 years, you get $10 in return of capital, not return on capital. That's money making money, but return of capital is you getting your money back. It's like somebody borrowed money from you and they're just giving you some of your money back. So if you buy a share at 20, you get $10 return of capital back. Then your cost basis is 10. And if the share price is 30 and you sell, well, then you're going to get taxed on the $20 from 10 to 30. That's what you're taxed on. But all your distributions are not taxed. So it's appropriate to hold anything with a substantial return of capital in a taxable account. Again, I'm not a tax guy, but that is my learnings on it. And I don't remember where I was going with it, but of course, Ryan, I was just saying I got some texts to get back to you. Yeah, I don't know. What are you guys watching? What are you doing? I'll give you 2 more minutes, quick to tell you. For me, myself, and I, what was that all about? My oldest started volleyball. My second oldest, the bowling season started. So I'm going to be busy. And hey, I wouldn't have it any other way, because someday all I'm going to have is just talking to you guys, right? It's just going to be us when the kids are gone and out, and I won't have all these events. So I'm enjoying it now. It's a wonderful thing. And no problem, man. I'll stay on for 2 more minutes now that you're here. 2 more minutes. But yeah, they were all saying that you had family over and you didn't stream, but it's like that, dude. It's with family. You know what it is? It's Warren. Again, I may be in a cult, it's like our Lord and Savior Warren Buffett has said that the point is happiness. If you don't have happiness, you don't have anything. He has said that he's known many billionaires that were miserable people. And to him, the ultimate is to have at the end of your life What you want is the people that you want to love you, the people that you want to have love you, like truly love you, and not just for your money, but, and you know, you can tell. So that's, I had a silly thought that my wife has said, you know, I'll keep that one between us about, uh, put it this way. Maybe we'll make enough money. Old people, old people together may need help with certain things, and love will, you know, it's something you do to children, but yeah. All right. I don't know where we were at. I should just wrap it up here. And no, you might be wait, what? MLPX is through a Korean ETF provider. Did you know? No, I think you're wrong, because MLPX is, their name escapes me. Are you sure you're not looking up MPLX? Here, I gotta do this, because I don't want this. John, you and your fake news. It's Global X. Yeah, Global X isn't Korean. No, it's, I'm not going to dig into it, but yeah, I don't know if you're looking up MPLX or something, but let's see. I know MPLX is, no, that's standard. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, if it is, I'm not going to look now. It may be, but now that's a Marathon Petroleum. I don't know, man. I don't think it's a Korean ETF. That doesn't make sense, because all the assets are US and Canadian. They're all midstream companies. Why would it be a Korean ETF? I don't know, John. Maybe you had a LMPX or something you put in there. So, alrighty, guys. What made your wife want a Volkswagen, Eddie? Oh, it's just that, it's solid. She did all the research, did all the test driving. I said, whatever, just buy it. You know, we'll pay for it. We wanted something solid, nice for the last few years the kids are with us. Something that's going to be dependable, comfy, a little bit nicer. Only live once, you know, not breaking the bank for it. But all right, Ryan, thank you for that, man. I really do appreciate that. And with that, thank you. Thanks for busting John's fake news. I kid, John, but I had to. So, all right, I didn't think it was a Korean ETF. That wouldn't make sense. But all right, guys, I'm gonna pop on out of here. I love all you. And oh, John, you're sharing more about it. Wait, Global X is a subsidiary of Mirai Asset Global, a Korean asset management firm. Man, you could be. I don't know. I guess put it this way. I didn't look at. Yeah, okay, you're both saying the same thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess I'll look into that more. It really doesn't change it, because it's still the businesses that it's owning. But anyway, man, good point. Thanks for saving that for the end. But that's something I'm going to peek at this week and see what I can find out. And, you know, we'll talk about it next time. But yeah, I do love it. I do thank you all for swinging on by the channel, stopping and popping on by. So thanks. We'll be back next week. I'll be back. I'll look forward to talking with you all. And let's hope it's not as crazy this week in the markets. And hey, tell me what you bought next week. All right. I love you all. See ya.